Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I am David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be showing you my favorite component from Hexplorit Volume 3, The Sands of Shurax. I got a chance to play that for the first time earlier this week, and it's surprisingly a game that doesn't have a ton of art in it, but the art it does have is really gorgeous, and the component I'm going to be showing you, definitely I like the art, and I just like what it represents. So let me take you to the table and I'll show you exactly what it is. Alright, so here is the box for Hexplorit Volume 3, The Sands of Shurax. This is the only volume I have so far, although I did back the fourth volume, which will be coming kind of late in the summer or early fall, I believe. The box is actually kind of cool. This isn't my favorite component, but they make it on the sides kind of look like a book. It's got like the pages, and then when you flip it to this side, it really looks like a book on the edge, and so I think I'm going to collect all these, because I really enjoyed my play of this one. I bought this one because I heard it was sort of the most open world of them, and so that intrigued me. And then after playing it, I found out that most people say that this is the hardest one to start with. So yeah, so there's that. But I did still enjoy my play, even though I got completely and utterly wrecked by the big bad at the end, who I shouldn't have chosen to fight. There's other ways that you can win. But anyway, this is not my favorite component, so let's move this out of the way. So my favorite component is this one right here. This is one of the cards for one of the boss monsters. I want to say there is 8 in the box. I may be wrong about that. And then there's the really big one. Of course, there's a lot of other monsters too. This is the enormous pangolin. I'm going to get a little closer here so you can see the picture. These are, all the cards here are very shiny. A lot of them are dry erase cards, so you can mark things down. I don't know that you don't really have to mark this up for any reason, but so forgive the kind of glossy glare here. I can't really avoid it. It's got, you know, rules for it all over the place down below. The other side is a different boss. Art is fantastic. So the enormous pangolin, this is my favorite component because, for one thing, I just think it's great that an enormous pangolin is one of the bosses of the game. Here, I'm going to zoom this in so you can see this a little better while I talk, I think. There we go. Let's keep that in focus. That's great. Okay. I usually don't think of pangolins as being especially aggressive creatures. I could be wrong. I don't live where they live, so I don't really know. But when I played The Sands of Shurax, this was actually the first fight I got into. I managed to spawn a boss monster. I didn't even realize that was possible because there's spots on the board that you can go to definitely fight one, and I thought that was where you would go to fight one. And this one kind of came up and attacked me, sort of. So I was telling my friend about this, and I got really lucky, this being my first fight and being a boss, because it kept rolling to just basically block. It would roll up in a ball and protect itself, and then that could have been bad because that builds up every turn, so it stacks on itself. It gets harder and harder to hit this thing. But luckily I was able to take it down relatively quickly. And I was telling my friend about this when I realized this thing showed up and just curled into a ball while I beat it to death. I think I murdered an enormous pangolin completely unnecessarily. And my friend was like, yeah, they're probably out there just eating ants. And then I realized, because it's an enormous pangolin, it probably doesn't eat regular sized ants. It probably eats giant ants. So it was probably getting rid of like a genuine nuisance to the people of Shurax. And I just straight up murdered the thing just because it showed up. And I realized that the enormous pangolin wasn't the monster. It was me all along. So that's something I have to live with. But my characters don't, because they were utterly destroyed by the big boss, the Ravager. I mean, I didn't even come close to beating it. So that's great. Anyway, this creature, I just love that it's an enormous pangolin. And I love that I have that ridiculous story now that I realize that I'm a terrible human being. And although in that game I think I was a terrible snake person and fire elemental person. It was really interesting. Interesting races in this game that you could play as. Anyway, I am hoping to review this series. I don't know if I'll review like just this specific box because I have that new one coming. So I want to wait till I get that to really review Hexplorit. But I also have the second one coming, and I'm hoping to get the first one. So I may do like an overview of the entire series at some point, because I always talk about wanting to find a good adventure game, and despite the fact that this particular version of it is the hardest one for new people, and that it utterly destroyed me, I really enjoyed this game, and I'm curious if that enjoyment will continue through the others. So at some point I'll do a review of it, but for now, this is your enormous pangolin. I'm going to go ahead and call this the best boss in all of board games. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think that's it. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, you might also like this one.
Or this one.
Either way, if you could click this button to subscribe so you can see more of our stuff when it comes out.
We'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.